Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here with Varosh. Gooseheaded was forced to leave, and we are not going to have him here, but this will still be a dual commentary for the ace match of MBC Game Hero versus KT Rolster here in the Winners League Final. This is going to be on Judgment Day. We're going to have Terran Flash in the bottom left in purple, and then we're going to have a Protoss out on a Protoss favored map for MBC Game Hero in the bottom right. It's teal, and it's not going to be Pusan as I was expecting. It's not going to be Hyun, who's a Zerg player, who also would be pretty solid because I believe he's beaten Flash before. No, we're going to have Jaehoon. Now, to give you a little inkling as to who Jaehoon is a guy who's surprisingly decent against Protoss and useless against every other matchup. Pusan is an old vet who's pretty solid in all matchups. So if you were the MBC game coach, which would you choose? Apparently you go with Jaehoon. Why, I don't know. Jaehoon has proven inept at every matchup other than PvP time and time again. I believe he's 30% or under in both PvT and PvZ. It's pretty awful, but I guess he's their last line of hope. I don't know how much of a chance he has. I mean, this is a Protoss favored map, so I guess that's something, but overall, I'm really disappointed in MBC's coaches' choices of players. This is really disappointing for me to see. I expect Flash to actually just roll away with this game and really not even struggle.
Yeah, just to give you a little bit of comparison, against Terran, Pusan is 51%, Jaehoon is 38%, sorry. Yeah, it's above 33, but you know, just barely. Now let's say against Flash, Jaehoon's 0-2, Pusan's 1-2. Pusan has beaten Flash. True, it was in 2007 before Flash was good, but I mean, Pusan has beaten Flash. If you're gonna throw two Protosses up against Flash, throw Jaehoon first on Roadrunner, where Protoss has a very bad chance of winning, and then throw Pusan out on Judgment Day, which is a lot, well, you know, better than Roadrunner, more advantageous. Like, it'd still be an uphill battle, but I would have Pusan, a veteran who's good, defending my team as the last. This is the ace match. This is for the Winners League Championship, and you don't go to the established veteran Pusan. You go to Jaehoon. Like, really? I still don't. Oh God, why?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in that South Park episode, the 9/11 conspiracy theory, where I think it's Stan just goes around going, "Really? Really?" over and over again as like the conspiracies pile up. It's just like, are you got to be kidding me? Like, Han didn't even put up a fight last game. He tried, I'll give him that, but it was just the dumbest thing ever. I mean, I've seen that type of thing work PvZ, where you go for pretty much every single tech choice, but it works because Zerg isn't, like, you know, the new Zerg style is very macro intensive, very defensive, and you can kind of get away with doing that kind of thing, at least in the first 10 minutes of the game or so. It looks like Jaehoon has actually pulled a couple of probes off of gas, so that's definitely something interesting, but yeah, this is just a crazy thought, and Flash is just such a solid player. He can just play his game and dominate. We got another pylon going up, no range. Probably going to be one gate right into Expo, I gotta say. So that's the only thing I can make sense of this, is one gate right into expansion, and this Dragoon's going to be really important to keep this SCV away, so that way he can at least keep what he's doing a surprise. And it looks like Flash might be going for an early expansion as well, throwing up a barracks already, so, or a a bunker already. So both players going to go for early expansions, it looks like, and obviously that usually is going to play into a Terran favor if you both do the same thing. So yeah, I think Flash has got to be pretty happy with this opening to start with, and going into the mid game or into the later parts of the early game, I mean, Flash has definitely got a little bit of an advantage here already.
Yeah, I can't believe Flash was like audacious enough. Like, he's kind of reminding me of Violet going for 12 Nexus 2 games in a row, going for 1 Rax into CC 2 games in a row. You're not playing against a Zerg, Flash. Like, that's not standard. But Flash doesn't seem to care, and he doesn't seem to be threatened by either of the scrubs that MBC Hero deigned to throw up against him. So Deja Vu was right. It is going to be, it looks like, Fast Robotics Facility. So almost definitely going to be some really quick reavers, because, like, you know, why would you rush Observer Tech that fast? And oh, is that a proxy pylon? Well, not exactly proxy, but it's a hidden pylon in a remote corner of his base that he might hide tech in. And aside from the, like, a mishmash that we saw last game. I think Jaehoon might have a specific plan that he's going to go Reavers into maybe two base carriers, and that would at least have a chance of winning. Although Flash, it must be said, has like established his reputation as a pro gamer, as the kid who cracked carriers on Katrina. Which was like a very good map for carriers. He was the one who came up with an anti-carrier build, and it's very difficult to beat him with carriers. So Flash already got 2 facts up, is building turrets all around because he knows something is up, and I think Jaehoon might be, like, just the fact that the pylon is all the way down there. I could be, like, completely wrong. Wait, what the heck? Observatory? Really? Like, you're gonna go one fact and then, or one gateway and then tech before you even get range, and you're gonna go for observers first? Deja Vu, can you explain why, please?
Well, you know, when you actually do one gate into EXA, you do kind of need the observers because you don't know how many, if mines are already outside of your base. So if you go Reaver or something, I mean, a Terran player can just put mines everywhere, and you'll just not even know what's going on necessarily.
Oh,
so
I was right on the Stargates, though.
You are right on the Stargate. There is a Stargate there, so we could be seeing some carrier tech. Considering you don't see a Citadel of Doom, I would say two base carriers is probable at this point, considering usually if you're going to see Arbiter Stargate and Templar Archives comes up at the same time, not Stargate on its own. So this is going to be 90% sure it's going to be a carrier build, and yeah, the observers really is used to figure out what your opponent is doing, because if you wait too long on your observers, you won't know if, like, say, a 4-factory push or something is coming your way, and that is always a bad choice. So I will say one thing about carriers on this map: if you can hold your little corner of the map, your 3 bases, you should have enough money at least to produce your carriers. And since they are at, I mean, you know, it's gonna, I mean, he's got a chance, I guess, as long as he can hide it long enough. But yeah, I mean, Flash's anti-carrier micro is pristine, and Jaehoon, I mean, I don't know anything about his carrier micro. I can't say I really am familiar with it at all, but I am familiar with Flash's excellent anti-carrier micro, and unless your name is Stork or Stork or Stork, you probably shouldn't really be going carriers against Flash.
Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, Stork can definitely do it. They were just pointing out that Jaehoon's so frazzled by the fact that he's playing against Flash, has 4 probes on gas that is natural. It must be said, I saw a game recently that wasn't Stork, in which Flash was beaten by carriers. Like, I don't know, maybe he has a reputation for being the carrier killer, so he doesn't expect it and they might surprise him, but he's getting dual scans just to see what's up, and I think he's going to be able to scan. Oh, look at the faces of the MBC Hero people. They're just like, well, we had a good run. 2nd place, guys. Good job. And this isn't the final round of Pro League. It's the 3rd. Is that right, Deja Vu?
Yeah, but Winners League doesn't even count for actual Pro League standings. So, winner, like, MBC Game Hero here gets 2nd place in this, but in terms of the overall Pro League standings to determine who goes to the overall grand playoff stuff, this doesn't even count. It doesn't mean anything. The fact that they're 2nd place, all of these wins that they've gotten mean absolutely nothing. Winners League is like its own entity. If you follow soccer, you can kind of think of it like EPL, like the season-long championship versus, like, say, the FA Cup. They're completely separate entities. They're not even really all that related, aside from that the teams competing in them are similar, but they're 2 very, very separate entities, and that's how you got to look at this Pro League. And it looks like Jaehoon's trying to set up a 4th base there at the 3 o'clock position, but Vultures are there, and they're going to break down this pylon wall, and another pylon going up by Jaehoon just to buy himself some more time. Pretty funny play there, and we'll see how long he can keep this pylon wall going until that probe finally goes down. It's like one of those UMS cat and mouse game where you're just trying to keep your probe alive as long as possible.
Yeah, you gotta stack the pylons. That'll keep the Vultures at bay. And wow, some Dragoons come up and show the Vultures the door. We haven't seen Flash's base recently. We don't know whether or not he's oh yeah, I meant to mention that earlier. We saw the Cybernetics core spinning, and I'm like, that's probably for +1. And it looks like Flash actually has not scouted the carrier tech. You can see from his mini-map that he has no idea of it, and he's got no anti-air at this point. So this is conceivable, guys.